to the channel real quick, man. I want to go over this real quick. I'm kind of frustrated, man. Just got called into the office. This van right here, this was his 2016, came in for bucking while shifting last week. They gave it to a trans guy. He overhauls the trans, delivers the car, customer brings it back, it's still bucking while shifting. I just got off a test drive and okay, I'm gonna go sit in the car. I have my laptop sitting in the car. I'm gonna go over with y'all exactly how I go by finding bucks, even if they call it while shifting. Because keep in mind, there was no check engine light, so I guess the mechanic assumed there was no problem with the engine. Boy, was he wrong. So let me get in the car so I can really vent. I can't really yell and get my frustration out, but I don't know why the car wasn't given to me in the first place. As y'all know, I don't specialize. I do the whole car bumper to bumper, and I highly suggest you new mechanics learn the complete car. Bumper to bumper meaning engine, trans, suspension, AC, the whole nine, whatever pertains to the car. Grasp as much knowledge you can on every topic of the car, because it will help you in the long run. This guy he only do transmission, so he has no care of any other subject parts of the car. You just want to overhaul transmission. Well, that was a problem. So let me go sit in the car and go over with y'all what's going on, because I didn't like it, but I will do my job and fix it and find out what's going on. So I'm gonna take y'all on a ride with me. All right, I'm gonna get in this car where I can really freaking vent. Let's do it. All right, so I am in the car right now. This is what I'm talking about. Depending on your scan tool, hopefully you got one of those scan tools that will allow you to view misfire in each cylinder. The scan tool we use here, or the software we use here, it's OEM dealer stuff, so I can see pretty much anything I need to see, you know, on a Chrysler scan tool. But I don't know how y'all scan tool are set up. But what you need to do is be on a screen that will allow you to see which cylinder is misfiring. Okay, people, stop always wanting to be bailed out by a check engine light. It's not going to always be that simple. Wouldn't it be nice, wouldn't it be lovely if we can get a check engine light on every problem we have? Yes, it would be nice, but that's not always the case, and it's not going to always be the case. So eventually, soon, you will have to become a diagnoser, a mechanic. You're going to have to figure shit out. And good God, I'm monetized. I can't be talking like this. But listen, man, because this is upsetting. This car just came from the transmission guy. He already built the transmission. Remember, like I said, it came in, they wrote it up as a transmission bucking while in third, fourth gear. It don't matter what gear, they just said it was bucking. You can't always assume that a buck is transmission related. It could very well easily be ignition or, you know, the drivability problem. Okay, that's where diagnosis go on. And because there wasn't a check engine light for any kind of misfire, the mechanic simply assumed that that wasn't the case. That's not the problem. A check engine light is not always going to come on. So what I'm going to do is show you a screen. I got my laptop set here. I'm going to show you a screen on what you should be looking for if your scan tool has this capability. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I now have my laptop set up in the car. I'm in the actual van itself. Okay, the screen we need to be on, we need to go to the screen that will allow you to see, and you can't hardly see that. So what I'm gonna end up doing is putting this on screen record this computer. All right, maybe you can't see it, but look, I have the car AC on, car in gear. I'm gonna partially bog it down. Some of you old heads know what bogging down means. That's when you give it gas while you ride the brake. Don't let the car move. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you look at is, look and see which cylinder you see misfiring. Okay, as you can see, I have a small counter in cylinder 6. Now, what I'm feeling for, you can't see what I'm feeling for, but what I'm feeling for is a buck. Every time the car bucks, remember, I am under load. Every time the car bucks, that number will go higher and higher. So if you're unable to get it to buck, simply bog it down even more. Give it some gas. You hear that? I have revved it up. Okay, now come off of it. Remember, the AC on, you want the car under a small load. Okay? Now, just wait a second. There you go. I felt the buck. You see that? There another buck. That's number 3. Y'all see that? Cylinder number 6 has counted up to 3. Oh, there's another buck. There, I'm up to 4. 4. Do I hear 5? Do I hear 5? Do I hear 5? Do I hear 5? Oh, I felt it. There it is. 5, 6. I felt it. Y'all can't feel it, but I feel it. You will be able to feel it. The car is under load, people. So any kind of misfire should show up on your scan too. Now, that misfire is so small, it wasn't even caught by the computer. That goes to show you some problems will not be captured by the computer. Okay, there's a parameter, a window that it has to be in to be caught. So you're not going to always see a fault code P0306, misfire in cylinder 6. But you could have a misfire in cylinder 6. This is where diagnostic come into play. Become a mechanic. Become a troubleshooter. Okay? You're not going to always be bailed out by a check engine light. And I don't want this video to be long, but I'm just venting, partially venting, okay? Just left the transmission area here, overhauled the transmission, customer brought it back. It's still bucking, it's still missing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's other things that would cause a buck and a misfire. It could be an actual misfire. Just because there's no code doesn't mean there is no problem. Here's the problem. Here's the main problem. Here's what you should be focused on. The very first beginning of you bringing the car in. Duplicating the problem. Duplicating the concern. Once you care enough to get that done, you can move on. But if you don't care in the beginning, you're never going to really give it your all. Okay? Now this guy, he just looked at the complaint of bucks while shifting. Bam! It must need a transmission overhaul. All right, so what I'm going to do is go under the hood and check some spark plugs, some coil. Remember, this problem happens when we're under a load. So if you got bucking and missing and all that stuff under a load, you should assume you're having secondary ignition problems. Okay, meaning plugs, wires, coil, things like that. But because this is a 3.6, it has coil on plugs, so there's no plug wires. That's still secondary ignition. So you should look at things like the ignition coil and the spark plug. So that's what I'm going to do. Go out here and inspect the complete secondary ignition system. But because keep in mind, there's a lot of things that can cause a misfire on this engine. This engine has a history of misfire problems. Okay, we're talking about from rocker arms to valves to all kinds of things. But this misfire happens under a load. Okay, under a load. That tells me it's a secondary ignition system problem. That is the first thing I'm going to check. And so I'm going to make this part 1. I'm going to go out there and do my diagnosis and write up an estimate and get back with y'all on part 2 of the actual repair. All right. All right. I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. I got to shut this down. Thanks for watching. I'm calm now. What's my line? Comment and subscribe. I got one more. Oh, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Thanks for watching.